ball is on the record. Tonight, our guest, Sheldon Phillips. We were talking earlier on, and you mentioned the new coach, Mr. Hart. Somebody you didn't mention was Don Leo.
Don Leo, yes.
Leo Beanhacker. Yeah. What is the status of Leo Beanhacker's involvement with the Trinidad football team?
What Mr. Timke and I actually spoke with Leo just a couple days ago, and he'll be coming on board on a full-time basis in January. One of the reasons why we had, he actually had been scouting for us and still doing some work. And as a matter of fact, he had introduced us to a couple of international programs that the German Football Federation is offering. So we're going to actually be able to bring some DFB coaches to help our women's football program. So even though Leo's out in Europe right now in Holland, we still keep in contact with each other. But one of the reasons why he's not here is because he made a stand, which Mr. Timke and I fully understood and really supported, that until the coaches' arrears are taken care of, that he, as the president of the Coaches Association in Europe, it'll be very difficult for him to actually justify coming.
Right, and to clarify that, 12 coaches, assistant coaches on the coaching staff with various teams, as well as among 31 people, have not been getting regular salaries.
Correct. That's an unfortunate situation that Mr. Timke found. He inherited. Right. But nonetheless, it's now our responsibility to see a solution is reached. So, fortunately, we've actually, through the assistance of sport and the ministry, have been able to locate, a fund, a site where we can actually get that those arrears taken care of. So we expect
what is that facility? Is it a loan?
No. It's really from we have access to a variety of funds through the government. For instance, our service learning level agreements that is specifically established through sport for the senior national team. And there's a similar arrangement for the youth teams and the women's teams on the Ministry of Sports side. Right. So we're actually looking at utilizing those funds, as well as some private funds that are going to be coming down the pike, as well as FIFA and CONCACAF funds.
Right. So now Don Leo would not come cheap.
Nope.
His salary is being paid.
His salary would be paid through the SLA funds from sport, both Don Leo and Coach Hart. So right. you go ahead and you want quality, you get quality, you have to pay for quality. And right. we felt that in order for us to move in the direction we needed to move towards, that we needed some quality people to head up our programs. And I think the proof really speaks for itself based upon the work that Mr. Hart has done in a very short space of time. And certainly Don Leo's record is unquestionable.
Unquestionable.
Yeah. So we're fortunate. We're happy to have these two gentlemen be a part of the TTFA, and we're looking to add on some more renowned and respected folks in the sport. So we have to invest in bringing the right personnel. Whether it's on the coaching side, the management side, etc. But you have to spend money.
Recently, the young man Akeem Adams, he unfortunately, succumbed to his illness and his heart gave out on him. The TTFA started with these T-shirts, $100 for this fund. Then it turned around, and then only $25 is going out of this $100. This is, people say, why you didn't just ask for $100 and we'd have give it to this kid? What is the organization's response to that?
Well, I think our response was made very clear in our press conference a couple weeks ago. I think Mr. Timke's statement was very definitive. We had accepted responsibility for some of the miscommunication that had gone out in public, and we asked for the public's acceptance of our apology for some of those miscommunication. I think if had a press release gone out that stated very clearly that $25 will be going to the fund, as opposed to just stating proceeds, because, as you know, proceeds, the definition of proceeds is profits derived from a sales transaction. But that's, you know, when you send a message out, you have to be as clear as you possibly can. And we certainly, you know, didn't meet that duty. So
have these funds been transferred to the young man?
They will be transferred actually this week. We still had some accounting to tie up, but $73,000 actually was raised, which you know, in spite of the unfortunate controversy that surrounded the exercise, is a substantial amount, and we're certainly proud to have, you know, taken you know, a part in the initiative. We came into the initiative very early on. As soon as we heard about Akeem's situation, we, you know, mobilized the program, and, you know, we feel that, you know, the TTFA, you know, should be, you know, really advocates for not only football but for footballers, and we felt that there was a need for us to, you know, come to the aid of one of our own. But at the same time, I think it was an incredible learning experience for us, and it served as a teachable moment. So next time we do something, you know, along the same lines, you know, we'll certainly be better.
Get cheaper T-shirts.
Well,
you told me about that.
Well, we get cheaper T-shirts, but you know, and hopefully you know, from the timing standpoint, obviously the T-shirts being done around the time of the elections, we kind of fell victim to the law of supply and demand as well. So there was some.
It's a lot. There's a big law there. But
yeah.
We want to remind you about the lines. Phone lines are 225-9476. Call in. We want to talk about football. But we'll be right back on the record with Sheldon Phillips.
Tonight.